guys, how are you? It's so funny because like my last video, I was having cold and it did get better, but I've gotten cold again because it's so cold over here in Sydney, and I don't know why I have been having like really bad cold for the past like 3 days. It's insane. I just can't handle the cold, but yeah, I know it'll go back in a few days, hopefully. But other than that, today is a pretty chill day. I don't have work. So since it's my semester break, I have been working full time, and I have work Monday to Friday, like 9 to 5, the typical 9 to 5. And I'm not complaining. I just have been so used to working from home back in India that, like, now that I have to go to work, I just am not used to that. I think the blush is too much. Okay. But at the same time, I'm still like grateful because I know the anxious person, socially anxious person that I am. I need some sort of social interaction so that I don't isolate myself like a hibernating bear. But today is a pretty chill day. Most of my weekends are pretty chill. Like, I still do a little bit of work, like my freelancing work, but I also make time to go to the city and just like read a good book and take some time for myself. A little bit of bindi. Okay. So now just the lipstick is left. So yeah, anyways, coming back. So today I'm just going to go to the city, read a good book, probably sketch. Oh, I can't sketch. I forgot my sketchbook somewhere else. But I'm just going to read a book, journal, and just like spend some time with myself. But can you just look at how clean my room is? Okay, ignore that. But like, I really love this space. And also, I've not shown you my house where I'm living. I'm like, it's like a shared place. There are a couple of roommates, but like, it just feels like a palace. I don't know if you remember, but my last video where I had the day in the life as a SEO specialist, we went to this really beautiful house. And I'm not even kidding, in that house was so beautiful. Like, it was gorgeous. And I literally made a video to myself saying that I'm going to live in such a beautiful house one day. And literally a month later, I move into this house. It's not exactly the same, but it's very close to what I manifested. And I'm pretty sure one day the actual thing will come true. But till then, I'm happy and I'm so grateful for all this. Let's do the laundry work now. So it's time for breakfast, and I'm just gonna make parathas with omelette and coffee. And I don't really have breakfast in the mornings because I don't know, I've never had breakfast for the longest since I was a kid. So I'm just like used to not having breakfast. But during the weekends, I make sure to make myself a nice breakfast. And I love a slow morning where I'm just like cooking my favorite food and listening to music or just watching something. So yeah, that's pretty much my agenda for now. There are these ready-made parathas that you get in Australia, which is insane. It's so tasty. It's literally so tasty. I don't know how healthy it is, but so my breakfast is ready, my coffee and my egg. But I just realized by the time I post this video, it's going to be officially 1 year in Australia. And it just feels insane. Like, I feel like I've been here for like 5 years, like, especially with the amount of experiences and memories I've had and the people I've met. It's just been insane. And I don't know if the girls will relate to me, like the Indian women at least, because everyone has their own experiences. But like for me, as a woman living in India, I never really felt like I was living, because half of the time I was like living in survival mode and I never felt safe over there. Every time I had to like look over my shoulder, I had to make sure I had a scarf over my face. I feel so much safer here, and I feel people are more respectful over here. You can wear whatever you want to wear, and you know, you won't be judged or stared at or stalked. And I'm not complaining, I'm just saying the reality of the way things are. And I feel like after 24 years of my life, after coming to Australia, I feel like I'm actually lived, you know. I've actually experienced things, and I've actually allowed myself to let go of that survival mode that I've always carried for the past 23 years. And that's why, like, even though I really want to go back home and meet my family, a part of me is also like scared of getting back those feelings and that fear inside. But yeah, it's just like 1 year in Australia, and from everything that I've like experienced here, I just feel so privileged and blessed. It's like such a big prayer that has been answered, and I never take anything for granted at all. But also, I started my own club in my university, a digital marketing society. I want to actually create a society where you get to learn and where you get to grow your knowledge and network with people that are interested. So I'm just so excited. Okay. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. So I have changed my outfit. I'm going to go to a park to just read my favorite book, and I'm planning to do a bit of journaling. Okay guys, so I am reading this book, The Path of the Empress, by Christine Lee and Ulcha. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'll mention the names. This book has literally changed my life. It is so freaking amazing. It talks a lot about the divine feminine and unlocking your feminine powers. It talks a lot about women's menstrual cycles and how to use your energies in the right way. In India, we have the chakra system and how to balance it. In Chinese medicine, it's more about the organs and the power of each organ, like lungs, heart, spleen, liver, and how to balance those energies. And I've learned so much. A lot of the knowledge that is in this book is very coded, so someone that can decode the symbolism that's there, you would better understand it. But if you're interested in spirituality, about the divine feminine, then you should definitely read this. I love it so much. Also, so a little bit about my personal life, because I don't think I've shared much about my personal life, but like in terms of dating. But like this June, I spent a lot of time working, of course, but I was like, since I'm a bit free, I don't have university, let me get into dating, because I wasn't really ready to date until like the last couple of months, and I started into the dating scene. And let me tell you, it's so traumatic. Like, why are so many I mean, I don't know if it's just me, maybe someone else has a different experience, but I'm someone that has like very particular standards. Like, I know what I want, I know the kind of man I want. In short, like, it's so difficult to find someone who's in his divine masculine, or you could say a masculine man. And so, like, every single date I've had, I've just been so disappointed in the end. I don't even think my standards are too high. I feel it's reasonable. And some of these men were really successful. Like, I think most of them were. Like, they had businesses and everything. They were doing well in their career. But it's just like, emotional intelligence is just so rare to find. Someone that has the qualities that you're looking for is almost impossible. It's like, that's the thing. Like, you like person, you like her beauty, you like her body, but then when you realize that she has self-worth, and then you realize that she has ambition and she's smart, it's like a lot of these men are just like, no, sorry, I want someone more dumb, someone who's a people pleaser, a woman that, has no self-esteem. And I know a lot of men might not like that, but that's the truth. And I've seen that with my life and with so many people. But that's basically it. I'm going to read a bit more, and then I just might go back home. But it's so beautiful. Like, so I'm just making some tea. I've added milk with some tea leaves, masala, and I'm going to add some cinnamon. Let's get some cinnamon. I was thinking, because I have just like one chapter remaining of the book, and I could either read that, but I was thinking I'll just sit in silence and enjoy the view. It's like so beautiful. I wanted to have like a heart-to-heart conversation, especially about something I've been thinking a lot about, because some of you guys know, if you have seen my earlier videos, I spoke a lot about mental health and everything, and I just realized one thing. The more I learn about energy and our meridians and our chakras, as they say, everything is dependent on how balanced your energies are and how balanced your chakras are. So in terms of, like, let's say you're depressed and anxious, that has a lot to do with your energy as well. Of course, your trauma has a big impact on it, and even in the book that I was reading, they say that it's important and vital to grieve and to go through the periods of depression and sadness so that you can overcome it. And the more you actually avoid sadness, trauma, and hurt, the more it gets stored inside, and it can erupt at any time and cause more problems in your life. And it's important to have periods of grief, periods of depression. That's very vital for you to overcome that. You're 100% allowed to accept the feelings that you have, but at the same time, you cannot let it dictate you. You cannot let the diagnosis dictate you. You cannot let your trauma dictate you. You need to bring your power back. And that's what I mean to say. When you have gone through these periods of extreme trauma, but you cannot let it control you and dictate your life. And how you do that, how you not let it control you, you need to first detach from all this memories and trauma that you've had, to understand that everything has led you to where you are right now, and to be grateful for the life that you have right now. It's like we see things in our perspective, and there are hundreds and millions of people who would do anything to be in your place. Even the fact that you are able to walk, able to breathe, and able to wake up the next morning, a lot of people are not privileged to do that. And a lot of times we're in the cycle of self-hate and victimizing ourselves, and we love that. Like, I still love that. I love being in misery at times, but I know that's leading me nowhere. And in terms of the spiritual aspect I was talking about, how your energies need to be balanced, I'm just going to give you in short, because it's a bit lengthy, and you can like dive, the more you dive deep into it, the more you'll understand. But basically, we are all energetic beings. There is the lowest forms of energy, which is depression, complaining, hatred, jealousy, and there's like highest form of energy, so you say high vibe and high frequency, and that is joy, peace, and happiness, right? So the more you're in a higher state of frequencies, the more these stuff like depression, jealousy, hatred has nothing over you. You're not bound by that. The more you like work on getting out of the low vibrational, low frequency feelings and focus on trying to go upwards, you will see a huge change in your life. And that could be by many ways: by making sure you exercise all the time, by making sure that you're always grateful and practicing gratitude, by making sure you eat the right herbs and diet, by making sure they are always surrounded with the right people in life and people that elevate you, and not being around people that drain you or make you feel shitty in life. So these things I did unconsciously, and I realized that it's so important. Like, your mindset is very important, and I know that it's not always easy, but you have to always focus on making sure that your frequency, your feelings basically, are in a high vibrational state. I remember before, when I was really depressed, like horribly suicidal depressed, I would always watch depressing stuff. Like, Instagram posts would be depressing, my whole social media was that, and I would talk a lot about it. My whole energy was focused into how miserable and how horrible my life was and how I didn't deserve it. And it's like this constant form of like victim blaming that I had in my life, and it led me nowhere. It went to the point where I resented myself and I hated the fact that my life is like this. So I made the decision, like, I'm not going to live like this. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop complaining and hating myself, and I'm going to make an action, and I'm going to turn my life around. Because you always have options to turn your life around, or you have the option of being in the same miserable state that you are, and the choice is yours. So take what you may with what I said. The decision is up to you, but I just wanted to convey this message, as I really wanted to talk about it. And I'm going to continue having my tea. So I'm going to end my night with a nice movie, a comedy movie especially, and mutton curry that I made with some roti and gulab jamun as the cherry on top. But I hope you guys like this video. Do subscribe and comment and let me know what you think, and if you want me to make any other videos. All my SEO videos are now on a new channel, so I'm just going to focus my SEO content on another channel. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.